I've tried to warn you with logic in part, basic science and truth says we are breaking apart. Our balance has toppled one state of the art. Now we spread like a virus, and very soon we all will depart. Unbury your heart, baby, just unbury your heart. Hurry, dear, and unbury your heart. I can feel this in my heart. Factors irrefutable, painfully show we've gone off the charts, all simply computable. So how are you still in the dark? Unbury your heart, baby, just unbury your heart. Hurry, dear, and unbury your heart.
Man, I love that intro opening music. Welcome back, everybody. This is Ghastly Statements from the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. This is another episode of the Replication Anecdotes, episode number 425, here on my channel on Twitch, under my Twitch pseudonym, aka Game Logic. We're going to be getting a little bit sweaty tonight with some F1 2019 Codemasters, second super huge release for 2019. I'm really impressed by that developer with a well-worn and storied history of putting together racing simulations. It's pretty amazing that they knock it out of the box twice in 1 year with Dirt Rally V2, and now F1 2019. So last night we got started with the F2 kind of preliminary season, and now we're going to be getting started with the season proper here. It's the Australian Grand Prix, Melbourne, Australia, one of my favorite tracks. It's not one of my favorite tracks. I don't like it as much as there are some much more exciting tracks. It's just you always start the season in Melbourne, so. After feeling fairly uncomfortable, really, for me, in the F2 League, which is kind of the new starter and introduction to the game, which a lot of gaming journalists have what? Oh, no, I didn't know that. What? So I guess that's taking you to real F1 2019 news. I did not know that was the plan. Yeah, let's close that. What? No, what the flock? Can I close that? What? The flippity do. Okay. Oh, that's video game news. Okay, well that's pretty cool and everything, but did not know. What the? I just want to make sure that I close that out. Edge quit. Very weird way to handle things. Red Bull Toro Rosso Honda. Solo multiplayer F1 esports customization showroom and theater. So I'm coming in at 18th. I got the Red Bull outfit on. Like, I'm just so far out of Formula One. Like, a lot of these guys I don't know. Like, I don't know Bottas, Leclerc, Gasly, Magnussen, Norris, Perez, Stroll, Albon, Russell. So interesting. So Butler and Weber are the guys who were promoted to F1 along with you. The story, this version of the game has a lot more kind of story elements and pieces to it. So I've got to do some minimal pre-flight tonight and just verify that we've got good voiceover commentary coming out in the live stream. Maybe a slight bit of checking the audio mix balance, but I'm not going to futz with that too much tonight because I think I got it wired up pretty good yesterday. But let me just get this basic pre-flight check done and we'll be getting started here shortly. That's a pretty noisy background. Actually, a lot of noise going on in the team trailer, it looks like. On the course at Melbourne, so I just do want to do a quick audio mix balance check. Again, the engine noise last night was a little bit louder than I was compensating for in the audio mix balance. So hopefully I got it wired in, and we'll do another quick check here. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Let's log into my workstation here. Ooh, lots of messages. Rounds tossed. What? I don't want to have to manage that. Okay, qualifying position, race, driver stat as team goal. R&D perks, upgrade to pit stop efficiency, goals update. Qualify 11th or better in the next 2 race weekends. Okay, yeah, here's what I want to see. Australia, Melbourne. Hard, medium, and soft. $12.50 constructor points. Dry conditions, so it looks dry all weekend. So we can stay on the soft compound the whole time. what my flippin' TV is asking here. I don't even know where my remote is. The question is, do I really need to do practice? I'll do a little bit of practice. I usually don't like doing the practice rounds. These screens are really busy. Upgrade speed, simultaneous development, pit stop efficiency, contracts.
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
So how do I pick? I don't see anything that lets me actually pick another rival right now. So I'll just come back to that, I guess. So my driver deets. Nothing much going on there. Okay, R&D. Overall development progress, vehicle performance status, vehicle performance comparison. Ooh, okay. So this is new. Maybe they had a little bit of this in F1 2018, but I guess I really have to manage the progression of the vehicle, which is neat because I get to drive that. Aerodynamics, recommended upgrade, zoom in. Okay, so is it saying I already have this wind tunnel efficiency? Nah, I think I have to pick one of those two to do. Yeah, because it's got an actual price on it, so let's go with... Yeah, let's do that, okay. I've got 250 left. Let's check out durability. That takes 500, so we'll just bank my 250 points for now. Very interesting. R&D in progress. But didn't I buy one of the aerodynamic things? Oh, that they don't count that as an upgrade, really? Upgrade type. One time instant and I have purchased it. Alright. Progress history. Ooh. Power unit, gearbox, weekend, tire allocation. This is a bit much. Like I just, like I really don't want to. This is really not an aspect that I want to manage. Gearbox, practice gearbox, event gearbox. Weekend tire allocation. Adjusted before the start of each race weekend. 2, 3. Okay, practice 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I've lost. Yellow, white, red, but I don't remember. What was the flippity-do? Contracts and rivals, research and development. No, there was something. Blast it. Okay, hard, medium, soft are the reds. Okay. Okay, so they want me on medium, soft. Okay. Ah, well, it said it on there. I didn't realize that. I don't like how this stuff is on different screens. So I have 6, 5, and 2. 6 soft, 5 mediums. Oh, okay, there. I see it right there. Okay. But they want you to race on the mediums. And I don't understand. Are these left and right or front and rear? Yeah, so Q1, they want you on the 2 soft tires. That's a short race, so low durability tires is fine. And we'll give you your quickest times. They only have you with 1 set for the race weekend. Guess. Mandatory tire. So this might be a thing where for certain races they require you to start on a certain tire, and then when you pit you can switch. Alright. I think that covers everything. I guess I'll go and go ahead and do the 1 practice. Now with the story-driven stuff, we'll get some yammy here.
Welcome to Melbourne and the
goodness, that looks
inaugural
great.
event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
So you can say what you want about
a number of interesting signings
racing games, and I know a lot of people aren't into them.
Let's talk
But
about
man,
King.
racing games tend to be the pinnacle of graphic fidelity
in
and
no small part due to the way they carried themselves
all the
in Formula
hardware
2
that a
Championship.
high-end
They have a
console
great
brings to
track
bear.
record,
So
putting the team first. At one of the races,
It's
they
pretty
even gave up
exciting.
their
It's
own
always
position
exciting when I
the
come
car
onto
had a
one of these
technical
things.
issue, so that their teammate Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, 2 very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally, Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
okay, so that's me, car number 59. Whew. For serious stakes now.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
Now, So they're forcing
During
you
your
through the
F1
tutorial.
career, you'll be able to utilize these sessions to complete practice programs.
So one of the things I
which will
haven't
help you
liked
learn
in the
track,
past
and earn
is
you
that
points can be invested in developing
they
your
really,
car. You'll also be
Codemasters
able
was
to
really
adjust
trying to
your car
force
setup
you
over the course of
to
these
play
sessions
through
to try
the
and
practice
find those
sessions,
extra fractions of a
where
second. The sporting regulations
some of the
dictate that after
advantages
each
and
free
bonuses
practice session,
and
you'll have to hand
progression,
back 2
part of the
cents
progression
for
model
tire
was putting in
allocation
lap
for the
times in
weekend.
practice so
get
that
the
your
most
team could
out
get
of them while you
telemetry.
can.
And I appreciate that that simulation. Track acclimatization. So these are, if they're doing it like the practice program select. Now, my problem in the past has been, like, I've never been able to successfully do these things with any kind of consistency, like...
When you get a chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development.
We'll unlock R&D objectives. So... I can't tell if this last slot is a... whoa, what did I do? So those you can actually select. So I guess the team objectives, that's not an actual program.
Okay, let's talk about this track.
Alright, we'll go with the
Park has a lot of
acclimatization.
tricky high-speed corners. Turn 1 is a good example, and
laps.
also the left-right through 11 and 12, where you need to be as daring as you can with the entry speed.
90 points are over. Okay, well it seems like it's a little more reasonable in terms of, so you want to run this track acclimatization program, but it's only for 3 laps, so. Vehicle management. So. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know what the 2 different variants
The
were
track
on
is
the
pretty
tire
wide at the
strategy in
moment.
the opening
Perhaps we
screen.
should get out there and get a few laps in.
Tire select, car setup. Okay, a lot more presets here too, so I like that. And I like this because I mean I like to vary my setup, but I don't want to spend like a crap ton of time. Okay, so we'll stick with balanced. I'm still really not exactly clear on what you're supposed to do there. We'll go with the recommended tire. I mean, I don't know. That was live TV feed.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio.
System management.
Press and hold the radio button to activate.
Oh, I didn't hear what slip. I missed what you were saying about calling him over the radio. Alright, fine, we'll do the acclimatization program. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can do a flying lap. Like, I don't really feel the need to drive the car out of the paddock. Alright, so this is the big question. It's going to be... The car is still on autopilot. Here we go. So you can see there's a variable aerodynamic interfaces, shifting position here. One of the things I really don't like about the track acclimatization program is it really requires you to stay on the racing line, which... Hit the DRS.
Right, try to nail as many corner gates as you can. The
Oh.
faster you get through each corner, the higher the score. You'll need to
I
deploy
hate
your
this.
DRS in the DRS zone as well. Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Crap. Went too wide. I don't understand why it didn't give me. And this is like, I hate this thing because I think that there are also speed objectives to, come on, Grosjean. So, yeah. So part of the thing was that these Formula 1 cars are handling much better than the Formula 2 cars. So part of my struggle last night in Formula 2 was those cars just are deliberately stubbed. This is... Oh! No, 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 no! Still the best that I've done in a climate.
Seeing major wing damage. Box, box, box.
No, 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 no. I'll stay out and finish the acclimatization program. Because this is still the best that I've done in one of these things ever since they implemented this in Codemasters F1 program. So, or F1 franchise. So what happened there was I grabbed a little too much throttle. Got the car unsettled and spun it a bit. Couldn't get it back under control. Like I said, a lot of times I've been frustrated with this acclimatization program because I'll like hit the gate and it still won't flip over as a successful gate strike, and I feel like there's a speed thing associated with it, so I think even if I hit the gate, but if I'm at too low a speed, you don't get points for it. So it's holding me as clocking in 7th on time here. Whoa! Part of my problem is just the way that I tend to... So I'm on target. Am I on target for score? I'm at 255, okay. The other thing is, in past years, I've seen this acclimatization program behave in a way that, wow! That, like, if you don't get the points, like, if you don't get the target points, you get, like, no points. It's like an all or nothing thing. I think that was the problem there, as I came through and hit the DRS and got a big pump of speed. Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand the scoring system. So now it's saying my score is 0. So that front wing damage definitely means I'm not cornering as well. Like, I don't know, like, Like, I don't understand that. So I think that's me coming through the gate at too low speed, which I'm having to do because I'm not cornering as well. Didn't give me points for that. So this is what's like, it clocked me at too low a speed. I'm like, well, what was I supposed to do? Just like run over the guy ahead in front of me? No, I also don't know if what it does is if it like averages your scores across the 3 laps or what. I just know in past iterations of this franchise, like I said, since they've implemented this acclimatization program and telemetry stuff, that, you know, I'll go out and I'll spend like a bunch of time.
We didn't really get the data we needed on that run. You might want to give it another go.
Oh, no, 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 no. So at this point, I just want to go ahead and return to the paddock, right? Let's replay return to garage. Now what I need to see is, did I get any award points for that? Like, I don't...
Car repairs have set us back a little. Our best lap so far is a 1:49.8.
So that's what, like, I don't understand the point in running these programs. So, yeah, that was because I came in too slow. Now, is what you're telling me that I need to... that there's 3 points I failed, and if I get those, then I pass? Like, I don't understand, and then there are times...
14th in the speed trap, 303.7 kilometers per hour.
Now, I got 25 points added, right? I got 25 resource points added for that run. The question is just whether or not it makes sense, you know. It's a good time management for me to go back and run it again.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
I do the race strategy. Yeah. Those look like the slicks. I really don't like how they give you control of the car coming out of that corner. Target scores of 30. Again, I don't really know. Flip. I didn't hit
I
DRS.
think we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
So I think what they want is they just want me on pace, pushing the car so they can get good telemetry on fuel usage and tire wear. Yeah, that's... yeah. Caught it that time, though. In general, I dislike playing this game with the controller and not have my wheel and pedals, but some of those detriments I'm just gonna have to accept. My key thing is I just need to learn this physics model as much as possible and figure out where I can really push the car, even though it's going to kind of feel a little different than it would playing on PC.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
My below target lap time is 137. Blasted. Still, after a couple years of having it, I'm still not accustomed to needing to pay attention to when I'm in the DRS zone. It's hard enough to, like, drive this car. Yeah. That was a little funky. biggest thing is this thing requires like 100% of your attention the whole time. It's not like Forza and some other games, and I love all the different racing games that I play.
Great lap.
Nice!
You know what we asked for. Keep it up.
What? DRS was active there? I'm just very glad. I mean, that's huge in terms of sense of accomplishment and building my self-confidence. So I was able to accomplish at least one of engineering's telemetry objectives. Again, I have played this game on PC and gone like an entire season, like never successfully completing a telemetry program in a practice session. And if, you know, they're short enough and manageable enough and actually provide some decent return on investment, then that may encourage me to actually run all the practice rounds, which generally, like, I just don't do. I mean, I'm lucky if I ever run one. So I'm actually supposed to run this for 5 laps. It's the second time.
We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Test completed. Don't. Great, guys. I mean, freaking. I don't really care too. I mean, the Keith, I do need to start watching out for that, because if I do any actual mechanical damage with the limited parts that I have, that could create a bigger issue. The structural parts, I don't think there's any, like, I don't have a certain limited number of aerodynamic fins or whatever, wings. Should have been smarter and just paused the game when I was trying to read whatever message that was that came up on top. No, not going to change the race strategy. Oof, way wide. We're stopping. Target time failed on lap 4. I guess this would have been stuff for extra points. It seems like that racing line is not specific to the actual state of my vehicle. It'd be nice if it was. See what we can do to potentially pull together a successful lap 5. One thing that I do like is when you're able to do these laps, it does really familiarize you with the track and is better than my typical approach to just jumping on the track cold. think I'm over lap time already. Okay, and overall I'm running at 10th, so that's not bad either. Tire wear.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Okay, so there we go. Get some RPs there. Lap time, so lap 4 was my
So far, our
worst.
fastest lap is a 1 minute 36.1.
Okay. I don't think that's bad. Current average level of tire wear shows that I'm not killing the tires. Recommended usable life within the tire. What, probably about 14 laps maybe?
We're 18th in the speed trap, 303.1 kilometers per hour.
Okay, so I'm now at 12th. Okay, so a bit busy when these screens are first presented to you, but I think over the course of the first practice session, settled in pretty well. How far am I off the... about 2 seconds off the pole pace? Want to see, it doesn't appear that I can go back and kind of ride aboard for one of my own laps, so that's fine. Yeah, let's skip to practice 2. Let's go ahead and wait for this repair to be done, just to make sure that doesn't, cause any issues.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. Butler, Leclerc, and Lance Stroll. What an
13th.
incredible practice session.
I totally
Fun
take
doesn't
that.
stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Like I said, I've spent so many years. Probably. I need to check on PC, but
Today, let's have your take on it. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Appreciate your time.
so I'm going to make sure that I actually take a clip here and practice programs past 1, give you 50 practice perfected 50, laps completed 40. So what is that? Does it put on some type of acceleration scale, I guess? Disciplinary record 15, session participation 25, team injection complete 15. Total 195. Okay, I can deal with that. Reputation with current team. So that's interesting. So I have a really high rep with McLaren. Okay. Interesting. Attitude, preferences, showmanship. Respect level. Very neat. Man, Codemasters has really done a great job in this title, and progressively over the years, of intermixing the simulation pieces with some gamey pieces. Because this game could just be totally about the cars in the simulation, and quite honestly, just like where you end up, right, position-wise on the track. They've done a really great job of putting in these additional pieces that build out the game and make it more than just about, putting down lap times. Which I'm sure there are some purists who would like it, who don't like this stuff. Team goal, qualify 11th or better. So I had no messages, contracts, rivals, driver details, 8 laps driven, 44 kilometers driven. Okay, so I can go back now. So my thing was I was looking at durability, and that costs 500, so I don't have that yet. But that is my target. We are still, it looks like we're the worst in R&D progression, I think. Vehicle management. All that still looks good. Still don't entirely understand the tire allocation progression. It would be neat if they decremented these as you finished each weekend. Standings. Points remain. Trophies. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to practice session 2. Now, the practice programs and kind of the gamification of that is what is making it worthwhile for me to play the practice sessions, because the potential of performing that stuff and it giving me basically experience points that I can put into the car makes it worthwhile. Because normally, like I said in the past, I would have just skipped all this. Alright. So weather track is still clear, so we're good.
It's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program.
Okay.
Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
3 laps. I'll run the tire management program. So like I said, I am going to take a clip this time and verify. Ooh. Track looks a little wet. I am on the soft compounds now, I do believe.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Yeah, that's kind of key to the difference in how you have to drive these cars in other games. You can just wail away and jam right on the throttle as you come out of each turn, but in this, whew. car's really fast. It feels like it's also that the tires aren't warmed up yet. The car seems faster though. Good exit from that corner. That felt good. Ah, no! Flip! It's tough for me to tell. I don't...
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Now I should... I'm trying to think. I don't know exactly. Little brrrt sound makes it actually sound like,
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
I didn't realize there were target times on
Let's
this.
speed up. Our tyre data is no good unless we're doing a representative pace.
Gotcha,
If we
gotcha.
don't get our time delta back in the green, we'll need to rerun this program.
Nope, nope, nope. Not getting the cornering I need. Really haven't felt great about tire traction this whole time. So I think those bars at the top are measuring whether or not I'm in zone. Flipping A, the car's just pulling on some of those sections of the track. I guess purple is actually exceeding the target. I hope that's what that means.
This is the last lap of the program. Final lap of the program.
Still failed, so I don't understand. I guess that must only be the tire wear indicator specific to this program. Still, despite some of the difficulties, I feel like I've been pushing the car at pretty decent speed. But I guess just my overall target lap time has not been representative of what they need for good data. I said I was going to get a clip, so... Alright, so I just want to take some time to check the audio mix balance. Give me 1 second. Alright, so sorry about that, but I did want to take a minute to check the audio mix balance, because if everybody was going to be watching this video or checking out the live stream, just to hear me barely audible above the in-game engine noise, and that would not do anybody any good, myself included. Yep, so I'm just not... That front wing damage on the first lap just really took me out of where I needed to be to get good telemetry out of this session. what I gotta get a better feel for is I feel like this is, I mean, you can see some of the moisture glistening off the track.
We haven't hit our program targets. Come in and take a look at the data. And if we have time, we'll rerun
Heavy
the
tire wear,
program.
really. Alright, so let's take it back to the paddock. It's not good. Hey, thanks a lot, CJ Seaton. Thanks so much for the follow. I do appreciate you.
Car repairs have set us back a little so far. Our fastest lap is a 1:38.6.
So sorry about that. It's a
Fifth in the speed trap, 304.8
fairly
kilometers
long
per hour.
alert audio roll that happens for follows right now. But thanks so much for the follow, and thanks so much for swinging by and checking out the live stream. How are you doing tonight? And just out of curiosity, are you swinging through because you are a fan of F1 2019 or Codemasters or driving games, or just a random discovery? Alright, so I'm not going to run the tire management program again. I'm actually going to... Oh, hey, Jared, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you stopping by and following. Here's your thunder roll for the follow. I appreciate that. How are you doing tonight? And just out of curiosity, did you find the live stream because you're a fan of Formula One and we're looking for people playing the game, or just a random discovery? So what I gotta improve on now, it looks like track conditions are still slightly wet, but I'm really danking up. Now that all being...
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our
3
closest
laps to
rivals
do.
will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
Okay, so we're getting out of the first sector. Running on pace. Too high on the wall there, no. Alright, it's alright, it's alright. Key thing is I did not pop the wall and get front wing damage, as I have the last 2 practice programs. So I hope you guys are doing good tonight. I do apologize that with a racing game, I am not able to get my head out of the screen and check in on the chat as frequently. But if you guys have questions about the game, if you are people who have maybe played F1 in previous years but haven't had a chance to check this one out, please let me know. Or if you have questions on streaming tech or any of the gear that's being used to render the live stream, it's something I always enjoy talking about as well. So this is only my second night playing the game, so I don't know that I'm gonna...
We're down on our target times. Let's try to find a bit more.
Alright, so that... every single time... I tend not to use the flashbacks, but I'm getting a little frustrated about how many times I've just lost traction on that inside tire and hit the wall. But yeah, this is my second night playing the game. I just bought the game, I guess, yesterday or the day before. Kind of in my queue to check this out for a while, but I needed to get some grind time in on the Division 2. Really sticking the place up right now. One of the things that's really impressing me about this game is, normally in the past years I've played this on PC, where I've preferred playing it with wheel and pedals. And I was really not expecting I was expecting more of an arcadey experience here on Xbox One. And I mean, I've played plenty of racers on Xbox One and plenty of racers that are classified as simulations on console. And plenty that meet my own personal threshold for that classification. But the bar for a Formula 1 game to be really called a classification feels like it's kind of a bit higher.
Final lap. This is the final lap of the program.
That's frustrating. It's frustrating because I'm not... I mean, when you look at the field, I mean, in this practice program, I'm running 7th right now, so I'm not setting a horrible pace, but I'm still not clipping this practice program. So this is what's sometimes a bit frustrating about these practice programs that Codemasters sets up is flipping A. I'm getting way too much turn in. Probably because I've become accustomed in the last few programs to driving with a broken front wing. I'm probably gonna... maybe what I'll do for practice session 3 is change the setup a little bit. And then maybe choose whether or not my preference is for the balanced setup, which is what I'm running right now, or something that is a little more specific to a particular performance profile. But overall, what I'll say is I'm definitely happier tonight with the feel of the Formula 1 cars versus the Formula 2 cars from last night.
Well,
Yeah.
really? That wasn't much help to us. We need it again, I'm afraid.
Failed. Alright.
The car settings screen on your multi-function display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button. You can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change. So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 34.8.
Hey CJ, thanks for the whisper. You have to wait 28 minutes before you can chat. So I wonder, yeah, let me check that. I may have set something from when I,
We're 13th in the speed trap, 305.2 kilometers per hour.
So when I think one of my first live streams, I was live streaming in VR, and I think because Twitch doesn't have the same controls that I have on YouTube. On YouTube, I can actually disable chat when I'm live streaming in VR because I'm underneath a helmet and I'm underneath the visor and I can't participate in chat anyway. I think the only way I was able to manage it on Twitch is I put in that 28-minute delay, followers only chat. Yeah, so thanks for letting me know about that. Crap. So I'm dropping it to 8 minutes, and it actually it actually shouldn't be followers only chat at all.
start to suffer from oversteer, come in and let us have a look at the setup. You will get oversteer if the rear tyres lose grip before the front.
Might explain why
Usually this
nobody's
will be
been
coming from
talking
a
it
lack
up in
of rear
chat
downforce or
last
an
few
overly
live
stiff rear
streams.
suspension, but a little
Followers
tweak with
only
negative
chat.
camber or toe-in can also help with this.
0 minutes, any followers. Why don't you just turn it off? Yeah, I think we are straight now. Yeah, I apologize for that. And, man, that's actually really frustrating for myself as well. Because I realize now this whole time, for like the last 20 live streams, that I've flippin' had that on. I set it when, that makes me so angry.
We're 13th in the speed trap, 305.2 kilometers per hour.
And now I also don't know why I cannot clear. Yeah, so thanks for giving me the heads up on that, CJ, and I do apologize. Like I said, current average level of tire wear.
Quick note about tyres. Just bear in mind we have to return the 2 most worn sets at the end of this session. They're gone forever at that point, so be careful how and when you use them, and don't waste any sets that you might need later.
It's
Alright,
time to remind
let's go ahead
ourselves
on
of our
practice
top
session
three,
3.
who are Hamilton.
So
Vettel,
CJ,
and
if that's you that's
Gasly.
come back, you
And
should
if
be
today's
able
practice
to
is anything
chat
to go
now.
by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Yeah, so I'm scoring in 10th. I don't know why they're saying that my qualification calibration program run or whatever was slow. So I'm also confused because I'm showing that there's another whisper in my queue, but I'm not seeing it. Okay. So again, if you're swinging by the live stream, and if you've swung by any time in the last 20 live streams and you've been trying to chat but haven't been able to, a great follower just cued me into the fact that when I turn followers only chat on when I was streaming in VR, that I've left it on, and I've had it on for like the last month. So, reputation with current team. So I don't know why I'm so popular with McLaren. It's actually just recently increased with Mercedes as well. Fine. Alright, let's go into the workstation and no messages. Contracts are the same. Nothing new on rivals. Driver details. Performance. Okay, we can hit the R&D tree now, so now I'm going to be able to purchase that durability upgrade. Increase durability on engine because with a gearbox by 10%. Let's do that! Develop upgrade 500. Nice T. Minor upgrade. So let me make sure I understand that again. No. What is that? Increases durability of all engine components as well as the gearbox by 10%, and it's a morale modifier. No modifier to the morale. Oh, develop time is 1 week. So this will not be ready this race weekend. What is that? Upgrade size is key. Okay, gotcha. R&D in progress. So that's in progress. Progress history. So none of these parts have been burnt yet. P3, I got 1 set of the softs, 1 set of the mediums to run on. Alright, let's go to P3. Man, that really aggravates me. Ugh.
To view information on your current levels of tyre wear and damage, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then again to cycle to the tyres and damage screen.
I don't know how to open my MFD button, but that's good to know. Alright, so let's run the track acclimatization program again. My problems are at corners 11, 12, and 15. I have been too slow and out of position on corner 15. Let's give it another go. Flying lap.
It's pretty quiet out on track. We should consider getting out there.
Alright. Lights are up. Key thing this round is make sure I do not take front wing damage. I said I was going to change the car setup too. I guess I'll try to remember to do that before the second.
Like we're a bit slow in these corners. Turn 11,
Ah,
turn 12,
fuck.
turn 15.
No. Restart the
The
session.
acclimatization program available.
No,
in
I don't
three-
need that. Restart the session. I just wasn't thinking about the difference in the track acclimatization program. Okay, session info. Track acclimatization start. Flying lap. Yeah, I just wasn't. I just got done running the qualification program, which didn't have the blasted corner gates. I completely forgot to be on the lookout for those. Here we go, DRS.
We're slow through the following corners. Turn 11, turn 12, turn 15.
It's so hard. Come on. Blast it! That's fine. Okay, I'm fine with that. Car feels positively squirrely this morning. It's turn 7. Flippin' wing damage again. Come on.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Oh, that first, on the front part of the track, you have to hit DRS coming out of a turn. In order to get the DRS practice program thing. And that's what's frustrating.
To have a solid handle on the map, let's try and perfect each turn. Remember that chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
So hard to hit that thing to get both the corner gate and clip DRS at the... Oh, I can't believe I got that. I almost missed it, though. Out of position. Didn't like that. And I don't really know what the tenet of the practice of the acclimatization program is. Do I have to successfully hit the corner one time? You know, is it good enough if I hit it once out of the 3 laps? I'm not clear on that. Like I said, in years past, the reason it was frustrating was because it seemed like you had to get everything right at least 1 lap to get any points at all. It appears that they've tweaked that model. So it's a little more forgiving. Ah, flock!
This is the last lap
Okay.
of the program. Final lap of the program.
No! Ugh. Come on. Really? Of all the gates that I missed, it took off for that one? I could probably help myself out if I had the full racing line turned on, but I only have the cornering one turned on. Come on, come on, come on. Good setup for that DRS hit. Oh, come on. Oh no, you're gonna go wide. Ah! Derped me for that one too.
Program complete. These results will do, although you could definitely do better. Consider giving it another shot.
Yeah, but I'm cutting 4th position right now. That's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and return to the garage.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
So it's calling that a pass. That's good. 75 RPs. I will take it. I think that's literally the first time that I've successfully completed that blasted track acclimatization program in like 3 or 4 different seasons of this blasted game.
To view information on your current levels of tyre wear and damage, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then again to cycle to the tyres and damage screen. Our best lap so far is a 1:41.1.
What? That's this session. What? Really? No. No, I can see right there that I've got times better than 141. Right? That's got to just be this session. Timings. Yeah, okay.
We're
That's not
11th
good.
in the
It's
speed
not good,
trap,
though.
297.2 kilometers per hour.
Okay, so I am going to run the qualifying race. program. So I'm gonna step away for 1 second. I'll put you guys on the BRB screen, and I'll be right back. So it's kind of like last man standing. I'm pretty sure that I'm faster than him in a straightaway. I want to say I gotta be, right? With all the upgrades. So what this really is a matter of is, can I beat him down this backside straight before we get, and hit my brakes early enough to safely enter turn 1. Oh, I took it too far. So he gave me the outside in move. So Hooligan, are you done for the night, or are you taking a break and then going back to live streaming? So it was my first time, so I could get let me get enough of come on no. Let me get enough for trying to keep up with chat in the midst of this racing game. Oh man. And I, for one, in the morning keeps coming around and going, is this a straightaway? I need to catch up on chat. Come on, Smokey. Alright, I'm going to hit the pause on this real quick. It was my first time, so I could get 10 rounds before my team wasn't strong enough to keep up. Gotcha. He wasn't strong enough. So better team today overall. Alright, thanks everybody for hanging on and hanging out. We're going to go ahead and get back into it. We got about just under 30 more minutes of flight time in tonight's live stream. So this whole thing, this is going to kind of cause me to give pause to exactly how I'm going to play this game. Again, in past iterations of this franchise, there was no real reason to invest a lot of time in playing the practice sessions, and I've just historically, like over years and years, decades, quite frankly, of racing games, like, been like, why would I ever play like the practice session? But again, this game kind of gives you a reason to do so. It's taking a lot of time. Now, part of that has been just me getting familiar with a lot of the telemetry and information screens that they give you. It's a lot of data. Not a good corner. And so I should be able to progress through these quicker. I do like how comfortable I feel with Melbourne again after getting a good number of practice laps in. But again, it kind of makes it, now in the PC version, you would have to put all that time in on the practice laps just to like figure out how to tune the car. So it kind of forced you to do that.
We'll want to rerun the program if we can't improve on that time.
Now I seem to be running slow this session after having done fairly well the first 2 practice sessions. Not sure why that is or what's going on. Horrible, what the flock? Great. The problem with this qualification program is you only get 3 laps to really nail it, and I've probably derped it already for lap 2. Now what I don't know is if you just get it right 1 lap, is that good enough? So that's one of the things. I just realized that. So again, those racing lines and cornering lines. Nope. Are not specific to your car, so it's feasible that your optimal turn points are slightly different. I definitely realized that on one of those corners. Now I'm up into 12th overall.
This is the final lap of the program.
But this car is definitely performing slightly differently than some of these cornering lines are indicating. Based on how the car is tuned, and I need to figure that out and adjust with a little Kentucky windage. So hard to drive these things with precision with the blasted controller. Yeah, so that's the one. That's a corner where it feels like the point I need to take off speed is actually slightly past the cornering indicator. It might be because my top end speed is slightly faster. I don't know. Yep, I'm still off.
We didn't really get the data we needed on that run. You might want to give it another go.
I mean, so now what we're going to find out is how accurate the qualification practice program is. Because it says that I'm off pace, but at session end, I've actually been competitive against the rest of the pack. So I don't know if everybody else is going to drop fuel load going into the qualification round and clock, like, much better times than they're cutting right now. That's a risk.
To view your current tyre, brake and engine temperatures, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display.
I don't know
And
what the
then press it
MFD
again
button
to
is.
cycle through till you reach the temperature.
So why don't I... So it's saying I'm 12th. And it's not like... So I'm going to go ahead and accelerate time. And just go ahead and wrap the session up. Because I am used to some Formula 1 games, like, you qualify, you're showing as qualifying in, or
And with all the
being in
cars now
12th.
over the
Yeah,
line,
but I'm still in 12th.
Let's see our top three again. Vettel, Gasly,
but then
and
getting
Lewis
derped at the
Hamilton.
end, and
that's
like,
it. Practice
then
is
all of a sudden, by the
officially
time the session's
Until
actually
next
over,
time,
you're actually
goodbye.
like 18th or 20th. But that's not the case. Like, I'm cutting competitive times in comparison to everyone else. And these are actually against, I mean, Williams should be clocking higher than us. I mean, I'm beating the McLaren guy, the second driver. And both Williams drivers. So I don't feel like I'm doing horrible. Now my question is I was supposed to change the car setup last time, and I'm going into qualifying, and I don't know, do I leave the car setup the way it is, or do I go ahead and change it? So we do have 2 more sessions of this over the next couple of days. Definitely will be live streaming more of this tomorrow. And then I'm supposed to be off stream Sunday, but we'll see how that goes. I think it's possible that I'm supposed to have a session Saturday morning or Sunday morning, in addition to the evening session, so. Okay, so my popularity with McLaren and Mercedes are down. I don't know why. Respect. Four messages. Okay, so we're expecting dry conditions for qualifying. Turns 5 and 9. Fast right at the high speed chicane. Okay, I think I know where he's talking about. Right, that is an area that I am accustomed to getting a penalty sometimes for cutting the track too tight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Contracts are fine. Rivals. So is it giving me an ability? It's not giving me an ability yet to pick a rival. Performance. So I'm going to want to do some more aerodynamics next time. Next time what I will go for is wind tunnel quality control. It's a 500 RP advancement. Okay. Estimated delivery in Bahrain, okay. No problem with parts. Gearbox. Tires are fine. I think I tweaked the car setup at the qualification screen. So that's going to be interesting to see if I can change the car setup. May have forgotten my Parc Fermé rules, and it may be feasible that I can't. So we'll see how that goes.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have
So like I said, I've got 2 more sessions in this. I'm really enjoying this so far.
If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy.
Reminds me that I need to get back to play some more Dirt Rally V2 as well.
And you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
But like I said, I have 2 more sessions of this. Also, after this, I'll be figuring out what is up next in the rotation and be able to talk about that during tomorrow's live stream. Set expectations. Hey Google, what is 29 degrees Celsius in degrees Fahrenheit?
29 degrees Celsius is equal to 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so the track's not horribly hot. Tire select. Yeah, I'm fine with whatever they've recommended. So this is the... Man, again, I just don't know if I should, Yeah, I'm gonna actually go with the increased top speed set up. I may pay the price for that. With reduced cornering stability, the setup may make the car harder to control, but it will allow you to reach higher top speeds. Risky, very risky. The other thing is that then I have to keep that for the race. Power units,
Okay,
gearbox.
we'll alter the setup of the car.
Yep. Save our load car setup. Do I need to... Load car setup. Huh. Okay, so it looks like it's accepted that, so I don't know. I really need to be that concerned about it. Oh, from this screen you just have to go straight to the track? Okay, oof. Alright, saw the marbles. Actually, the track seems a little cool this morning. So Lewis Hamilton is the one to beat. So you can see there where some of my cornering capability is off. Flock, I think that's that right-hander that he was talking about. And the imprecision in the Xbox One controller is definitely costing me a bit there. A lot of shadow on that back end of the track, too. So this might be somewhere I need to back off a little bit on... Brake a little early. And watch the fact that you're going to be entering these turns at higher speed than in your practice sessions. 131, 148. Oh!
Sorry about that. Just wasn't our day.
I completely forgot. I forgot that it's one lap.
And with qualifying complete,
Great.
let's review our top 3 today.
I should have,
Hamilton, Leclerc,
if I had remembered that it was
Valtteri
one
Bottas.
lap, I
Well,
probably
that
would have
wraps
just
up
kept the
qualifying,
setup
but
the
don't worry,
same.
We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So I only got about 11 minutes left in the live stream, but I am going to go ahead and, wow. Great. That's frustrating. So I definitely preferred the balanced car setup. So I'm going to see if I can get back to that. I don't know if I can. It's not unusual for Formula One rules to dictate that you can't monkey with the car setup after qualifying. So I wonder what position. I didn't check to see what position he qualified in. I'm going to get read the riot act for not beating him. It's not horrible. You still got 60 RPs out of it. Gotta get that reputation up with Mercedes for doing crappy and qualifying.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Get on the radio button. Career mailbox. Oh. Rivals, driver details. R&D tree. Alright. What I want to know... Okay, good. That's great. My question is MFD car panel setup. That's fine. I'm looking for the actual controls. So it looks like it's not. There's got to be a way to get into. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's voice control. MFD, and then MFD is B, okay. And button up, button down. Okay, alright. So MFD is B. Voice control is LB. Ooh.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south
Oh,
of
really?
Melbourne's
End at Yas
downtown
Marina this
business
season?
centre is the one and
That'll
only
be
Albert
interesting.
Park Circuit. 3.3
I wonder if
miles
Yas
of
Marina is
public
also a
roads
night
closed for the
race
weekend, of course,
this
make
season.
for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13.
There are 3 DRS zones?
We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with tweaks to the
Well, if I'd known that, that may have allowed me to
compounds, and of course some changes to the roster of
do
car
better. I can only
manufacturers.
remember 2
It's goodbye
DRS
to Sauber,
sections.
and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the
Wow.
first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red
What is up
Bull,
with the pink
who have
cars?
switched to the Honda Power Unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Perez, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, and Kevin Magnussen. Norris, Weber,
It's gonna be
Romain
tough.
Grosjean, and Russell. Butler, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll, and Robert Kubica, Albon, and King. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So it's late, and I kind of want to go ahead and get this wrapped up, but I'm very curious to see
Okay,
what...
new season,
okay.
and we're starting at the back. Let's see if we can do better in the race.
What is my race strategy? By chance? 1 pit stop? I guess I have the option. Well, I mean... Freaking wireless charging, I'm trying to... Okay, yeah. So, low tire management, but it's still 1 pit stop. So I don't really know. Oh, it looks like they put you on the hards. Drive as hard and fast as possible to get the most performance out of each set of tires, mitigating the time lost from making additional pit stops, but it's still 1 pit stop. But that does look like they're putting you on the... I'll go ahead and switch to that one just to make things interesting. It is hotter today. Hey Google, what is 30 degrees Celsius in degrees Fahrenheit?
30 degrees Celsius is equal to 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
A little hot, a little warmer. Not by much. Yeah, so I have to... Yeah, so I'm taking the higher speed. Okay, that's fine. Select, toggle personalized, projected, edit strategy. Alright. Now, what I will probably do, I think my objective just needs to be, now, I guess the other thing is I didn't actually look at my assigned objectives for the race. It appears.
Careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage.
Wasn't really using trail braking. during the practice sessions, but I'm definitely going to try and get that in here this time. Try and use throttle and brake to help twist the car around. I'm up into 7th.
Alright, well done off the line. We're in a good position.
Need to take it a little slower through those chicanes. I've got a good lead against the front of the pack. Good. I need to... LB his voice. That's not what I need to do. I need to see the damage MFD. Didn't take enough speed off there. It's fine, it's fine. Good time on the lap. So it's 15 laps that I gotta run. A lot of this is just gonna be, can I stay focused and not drift off while making my run? It'll be interesting to see how the pit stops kind of shake up the order, and if I can eat any time out from the leaders here. Oh, my penchant for over braking or out braking people in the corners.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh. That's what I needed. So the left front wing has a little damage. I think I've missed one DRS zones, maybe two.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment.
I don't know what that means. Down in these two sectors. Jammed it a little harder coming into that corner. Trying to start making up some time.
Increasing the gap on the car behind by 5/10 per lap.
I feel like I should be able to activate DRS, but I feel like I'm not getting the audio cues. Or indicator in the lower right hand corner. Sector 1 time is off. ERS. No, don't flip. Good sector there. I mean, quite honestly, if I hold on to 7th, that's an excellent start to the season for a rookie coming up from Formula 2, racing for Toro Rosso. That's much better than my season starts typically are on PC. Sector 1 and 2 times have improved. Ah! Are you kidding me? Got completely distracted by that blasted warning message.
Reduce ERS deployment. While approaching the pit window, you'll be on the hards.
I got Hulkenberg breathing down my neck because I've been losing time. Starting to pull away again, so that's good. I don't know what this frickin' ERS thing is that he wants me to reduce.
Gap to car in front is 9.0 seconds.
Are you kidding me? How is he that far out ahead now? Okay, good. At least I don't know what's going on. Are the tires completely thrown off on this thing? I cannot afford. It's not so much even that I can't afford to lose the position, it's that I can't afford to get caught up in traffic.
Try to stay with him, you might make a mistake. We could still regain the position.
Alright. Good call. So I'm definitely now within 1 second of him, right? Where is...
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Get him, go. Get him. You should be able to get him. He's cornering better than you are, though. Just slightly, but if you follow his, cornering profile, you're going to wind up in the grass like you just did. You need some straightaway speed on him.
to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Oh, he's pitting in.
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap.
Kind of trying to let the car fly, knowing that I got pit coming up. Need to let it loose a little bit.
Be aware, we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Oh, they have been falling away, dude, unquestionably. Probably the most challenging thing in this game is feeling when the car performance profile changes.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach.
Either
and
due to
make sure you
fuel
don't
load
speed.
decreasing or tire grip falling away. And adjusting for that, you get very settled into the car performing in a certain way for a number of laps, and then you get caught out in a corner because, you know, that's when something is different. Thank goodness for them implementing a blue line.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Teammate is in the pits.
Alexander is in the pits. Alexander in the pits.
Oh no, why is he in the pits? Okay. What I don't know.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Release, release.
I'm in 15th, that's not great.
Okay,
16th.
stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
I don't know if I can actually get this back. There are some of these guys that I am faster than. Tires are new, keep that in mind. Haven't gotten into a position where I can get him yet. I'm gonna have to wind him up through a few corners. There's DRS. Good overtake. There's two down. There we go.
Caution, caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens. The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds. Okay, clear.
Whatever you do, don't get a penalty. Don't get distracted. You've just pulled back 2 positions. You could probably get a third.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Keep it together. You can actually make something of this initial outing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, Kubica. Five more laps to go. Ah, no! No. Rewind that. Yeah, I'm not tossing that after. Twelfth would not be a bad place to end the race.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
Dude, I don't know how to do that.
The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
Frack, I lost a fraction of a second on Kubica there. I'm really trying to focus on not getting a cornering penalty and not taking wing damage. I don't have any wing damage right now, so let's keep it together. Don't let that overtake happen. Be careful. You need to pick a different place to catch Kubica than that corner. I guess you can only use DRS when you're...
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Battery levels at a certain... No, don't let it go, let it go.
Some information on Strong. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Really doing everything I can to wind Kubica in. All over the backside of him. No. We're taking that back. Like I said, I really don't like using flashbacks a lot, but when I do use it, it's when it's like this. It's at the end of the night, and I'm trying to wrap this up. And I'm like, I don't want to be punished. Flippin' A, come on. For like a little... That's... Oh, no. 3 more laps to go. I'm gonna have to wind him all the way back again.
Gap to teammate behind is 13.7 seconds.
Question is, can I? I'm definitely faster than Kubi.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
That was a great fight, that last corner though. I think he's actually... no. His speed's actually coming off. I think his tires are going off. Overly aggressive. That cost me.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment.
Oh. No, too aggressive, too aggressive. No penalty, no bump though, no damage. Come on, DRS. Come on, let's get him. He's trying to block, Successful defend.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Yep, and sometimes that one position, that one overtake is like, that could be all it is for this race. Like, he may get it back, but I may have just packed him off to school with that one move. Again, if I can keep it together.
The car in front is 3.5 seconds.
No, I don't expect that I'm going to get this guy ahead. Good. I was just about to say my key thing is I gotta make sure I put distance between myself and Kubica and make sure he doesn't have the ability to take that position back. If I can hold on to a 12th place finish again, that will be a great start to a rookie Formula 1 season with kind of a back half of the grid team. Oh, no. Is QB caught up? No, Perez is caught up. Flock. Now, Perez was one of the fastest... Is Perez lapping me? He can't be lapping me. Perez had one of the fastest qualifying times in one of the practice sessions, at least. No, he's 13th.
1 lap of fuel remaining. They're speeding up again, so I expect they've fixed whatever the problem was. This is your final lap.
Great.
Final lap of the race.
So this is your Shangri-La here. You're going to have to defend against Perez. And I just, on day 2 with this game, I'm just not good enough to get down inside the cockpit. I'm going to have to be fairly aggressive in my blocking him off. It's one of the mistakes you cannot afford. Right to left move, even though it was a mistake. Bottas wins the Grand Prix, Australian Grand Prix. That's...
Okay, gap ahead is 3.4 seconds.
Perez is still way too close. Could outbrake me going into a corner and take the position. To really squircle the acceleration on that and make sure he didn't overtake me right there. Man, my overtake of Kubica and my defense of Perez is actually the stuff legends are made of. There we go. Woo!
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
I think it was too.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Tell me, Ant,
Well,
how did
that's
they
the way to
manage
put our bow
achieve
on
this
it
win?
at the end of the
I'd say
night.
it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies.
I'm interested
They
to
got
see
all
how
of
that
these
affects my
things right today,
reputation.
and the results speak for themselves.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. And they
go to bed
certainly
happy.
deserve it.
Whew. It's long. So that's about 30 minutes of race after 2 hours of practice sessions and qualifying.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings
Very
have
happy, but I'm
changed.
about
Valtteri
drained.
Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's result. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to King. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things
Impressing
are shaping
Sir
up.
Anthony
In the
Davidson, it's no small
Constructors'
thing.
Championship, Mercedes moved to the top of the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Alright, let's check and see what the standings are now. I was out of the points though, so that's unfortunate. Did finish ahead of my teammate. It's also his rookie season, so he'll be struggling as much. Yeah, but we will definitely take that and put that in the bag. I'm interested to see what the second...
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
That I did.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
What?
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.
So I'm really not like overly wrapped around the axle about. I'm not gaming my reputation. Just throwing in a few random answers there to see how it affects the mix. Because obviously, if I wanted to, I could just choose to. Okay, so now I'm leading the rivalry. Finish race, finish position, penalty free, and fastest lap. Ooh, leading the rivalry by 1 point. Now, I don't know how to get a third rival in there. Or second rival, rather. Hoping this pops me up enough to make my next advancement. Ooh, yeah, just barely in there. Reputation up. Reputation is also up. With reputation is up across all the teams. Most notably up against SP Score Racing Point F1 team. That's the former Force India Pink Cars.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't
Thank
think
you,
we can
thank
have
you,
any
thank you.
complaints with that performance.
You certainly cannot.
You're not the only driver to be handed by the press. Emails, like the one I've just sent you, will give you an insight on how your former Formula 2 rivals are handling the press. Be sure to check your emails regularly, as I'll be sure to send you any of the more, let's say, interesting press transcripts that come my way. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
Albon is attending. These are these little showcase events that happen in between races. So, yeah, I will check on that. So who is he racing for? Looks like maybe Williams. Whew, okay. Contracts are fine. Rivals. Yeah, I don't see how to add an additional rival. So, I don't really know what that's about. Performance. Let's hit the R&D tree. Now, what did I say? I wanted to do aerodynamics and wind tunnel quality control. So the next upgrade I want to target, I'm already working on durability, so I have to wait for that to complete. I'm not sure what it's going to open up next, but I can assume that this will be available. So I'll plan on targeting that. MGUK durability, motor generator unit kinetic. Okay. Still waiting on that one. Okay. All the mechanicals look fine. Hold on. Gearbox. 16% wear. Okay, 1 of 6 races completed, so we're right there. Ah, that's frustrating to be just out of the points like that. Oh, can I get to... No. Because I'm wondering what the next race up is. It's a lot of work. It's a good time tonight, but... Round 1 of Season 1, Round 1 in Australia. So, British Grand Prix is next. Trying to figure out where we are. No, that's the Austrian. Yeah, so this should be like February is when... Okay, Australian. I don't know why it was so far down. Ooh, that's right, okay, because they said the upgrade would be ready at Bahrain. Looks like that's a night race. I am not familiar with Bahrain. I'm more familiar with Yas Marina and Abu Dhabi than I am with the Bahrain track, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Alright, still, at the end of the day, really great time racing tonight. Much better start than I've had in previous PC seasons, so pretty happy with the overall results. And very glad that new follower, CJ Seaton 3, helped me out and let me know that my freaking follower-only chat was still set. So I'm glad I got that turned off. Hopefully that will give people a little more opportunity to interact in the live streams when I'm not playing VR. And then when I am playing VR, maybe I just don't even bother to turn on follower-only chat because I turned it on and I forgot to turn it back off. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining in on tonight's live stream. For those who stopped by, thank you, CJ. Thank you, Jerry Miles, I think. Jenny Miles. Jerry Miles, I think. The additional follow for tonight, I appreciate that. For anybody who happens to be watching this, the archive version of this on YouTube, I appreciate you as well. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe so you can just be notified whenever I go live on YouTube or whenever I post new content. So I will be live sometime tomorrow, which is technically today, at least in the evening. I gotta check and see. I've got some morning sessions that I had scheduled, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which, but I'll check on that. But in one of those sessions, or in the next upcoming sessions, I will also advise everyone on what I'm going to be playing next. So thanks so much for joining in for tonight. That's going to do it for me. Until next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Play the games that you like and stream the games that you love. Once again, my name has been Agasically Stamus from the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube and the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube. That's going to do it for me. Good night. Technically, good morning. Good luck and good gaming. I'm out.